Do you know how to play the game with a capital T and a capital G? What's going on, guys? Dr. Sean here, author of Discover Choice, asking you a crucial question for the day, and that is, do you know how to play the game? I'm going to explain it in 3 different parts. That way, you'll know if you're playing it right or not. Now, this is a game that you can play with people that you like or don't like, people that they're in your family or people that you work with. It's best in a group. You can let them in on it. Second thought, if you let them in on it, they might not like it. But if you don't let them in on it, then they won't care. But here's the game, all right? The first step is to create an enemy, all right? It's a very important step, the most important step, as a matter of fact. Create an enemy. It might divide the group up, but that's okay. That's a part of it. You know, you'll get comfortable with this as you go along with more practice, but you must create an enemy. Number 2 is that you must create outrage, something that says somebody's going to die or some of the people are going to die in one way or another. If they're middle-aged folks, it must involve their kids, all right? Their kids' lives are going to be changed forever. They're going to die, okay? And you have to say it with a lot of emotion. However you get into it, it must be said to really get into the spirits of people's feelings, and that will set the stage for the third step, and that is to create action. All right, you want them to do stuff. Some of the stuff they'll be doing as a part of the game, they might be like, yelling at each other. Maybe they'll be fighting each other, maybe killing each other, but they'll be distracting each other with small petty things. You'll create this kind of action, and you'll know it's working well when you hear them using the word they a lot. So this various factions, these various groups that you've created amongst enemies, they will be using the term they all the time. Them, they'll be talking about the other group because you will have created the atmosphere for them to do that and see each other as opposites, sometimes as maybe it's not two groups, can be multiple groups, but that is how you play the game. Now here's the deal, when all that action is going on, you can do pretty much what you want to do because everybody will be so distracted. You'll be winning. Everybody will be distracted doing what they're doing, yelling, kicking, fighting, biting, and opposing each other, and nobody will be worried so much about what you're doing, and you're winning. You can do whatever you want to. You don't get involved in all that petty stuff because, that's all petty. It's below you, actually. And so that is how you play the game, all right? So, again, you must create enemies, all right? And this might divide a group, but that's a part of it. That's a necessary, a natural sort of aspect of this. You must create outrage, okay? Very important. You have to manufacture that with emotion. Whatever it is, you have to get into their spirits, really, because that is what's going to make people move with vigor, make people move the most. And when you're creating this outrage, it's better if it involves a changing of a life, okay? It should be an existential threat, all right? So that's a big part of number 2. And then number 3, of course, create some mobility. You got to get people moving, get them shaking, get them fighting, get them yelling, kicking, screaming, get them distracted, keep them distracted. And the more they're concerned about losing something, well, then the more distracted they'll be, and they won't be thinking about what you're doing. And they'll be so happy that you let them know about this existential threat that, they'll really appreciate you. They'll worship you. I mean, you can do really well. You can keep going. You can keep winning, and you'll be winning so much. I mean, you could be a world leader. I mean, imagine you can tell people that bananas are an enemy to us. Okay, bananas, I have some bananas there, that they're an enemy to us, all right? And then the people that give us bananas, they might be cutting bananas up and putting them in our cereal. Now all of a sudden, you start wondering about them, all right? You'll start doubting their intentions. They're just living their life, but you don't know. You start doubting them, you start doubting bananas, doubting what they're doing, doubting their intentions, doubting their actions, and then pretty soon, you'll start to want to do something, all right? Protect yourself. That is how you play the game. All right, now, that might make you a little bit queasy at first. That goes away. You get comfortable doing it because you'll be winning. But then pretty soon you get kind of calloused about all of this and you don't feel anything. You could just keep going, keep winning, keep playing the game. You can become a focused, like a very skilled practitioner. Nobody will even know that the game is being played. And so the feelings that you get that are uncomfortable at first, they'll go away. Don't worry. And if a lot of this sounds difficult, you get better at it. Just keep practicing and you will keep winning. Take care, guys. Don't get played.